was a problem.
I was just thinking it might be fun to make a comedian bard one day.
I would love a comedian bard.
And just do like literally just make Seth Rogen or something like that.
Yes.
Or make Seinfeld and just be terrible. Like, what's the deal with airplane food? And none of your spells work because they suck.
That would be really good.
Okay. Previously on whatever we call this shit, because we forgot to do our homework this week.
No, we didn't come out.
I don't do homework.
I graduated from school 2 years ago.
I'm done with that. I don't do that anymore.
I have made so many spreadsheets and done so much math. Like, I was almost yelling at my therapist this week, going, everyone used to joke about artists can't do math. I'm like, no, fuck you. I do more math than I draw.
Numbers.
I did the budget.
Why I went into music. I didn't want to have to do that. I do.
There's math and music. It's just counting.
I know. That's what I was saying. Like, I went into music so I wouldn't have to deal with math, but then I did.
I hear you now.
Robbie. He's eating my yarn.
Okay. Previously on insert name here. We will name the show. But session 18 is going to be the one that airs in the new year. So I think we can name it by then. We're on session 16 now? Yes, we're on session 16 now. We have a couple weeks.
I vote we name it session 18.
Just call it session 18.
Every single session is called session 18.
Session 18, session 20.
Confuse everybody.
Maybe
it's a really meta name.
Yep. Like the Mighty Nine. That was a really meta name.
I mean,
session
so long
18.
as the meta isn't part of the plot, it's fun.
I feel like we need to tie north or northeast in there.
The North Road. The North Road goes south. The North Road goes east.
Oh, I just edited episode 12. I'm naming it Morrin's Gonna Touch It. Because that was the thing that was said the most in that section.
Morrin's gonna touch it. He's gonna touch it. Guess what? Morrin's gonna touch it.
What was Morrin gonna touch it?
Wasn't that when you guys were exploring? She was just like going in there, like rubbing blood on shit.
Maybe Morrin will die first.
I was like, is that a good idea? Should you be doing that right now?
Just Olivia saying, like,
screaming
wake up.
And deities, it's a risky combination.
Just looks Casey in the eye and thinks, I haven't been warned enough and put something dangerous in the mouth. It's like, I have confidence he won't kill me outright.
Not intentionally.
If your own stupidity lands you in those situations.
I can promise that I will never intentionally kill you, but I don't tend to fudge rolls.
It's fair. It's fair.
Because you'd be able to tell when I'm lying.
Ow! Oh, Bubba!
Alright.
I need to cut his nails. That's a good reminder.
Previously on D&D, the party was they met the cult of Ader family who were being attacked by hill goblins and found out that their baby had been taken. Baby Sammy. Because that's the name that I just say when I can't think of a baby name. It's Sammy. I bet you can't guess why.
I wonder. Also a baby Dean around.
Shut up.
That's the older brother.
I never said their names, so you
Bubba, give it back. Bubba.
You did? Yes, you did. Said their names. I wrote them down.
Oh, I did?
They?
I haven't edited that episode yet. I'm editing 2 episodes a week till I catch up, and I'm not there yet.
It's Billy and Sarah.
There we go, Billy, Sarah, and Sammy. I was about to say, if I didn't say it, it's Dean and Adam now.
We found Adam. We must deliver Adam.
We will save Adam. Oh yeah, they never saved Adam. That's another thing from the finale. They never saved Adam.
I'm sure he's fine.
He's probably in magic heaven with everyone else, just like Castiel was.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
He was just an extra.
I will forever associate that actor with Percy Jackson, though. That terrible
I
adaptation.
won't. Because those movies never happened.
Yeah, Percy Jackson was her Harry Potter, and they went and Aragon to the adaptations, so...
Oh god, I forgot about Aragon, the movie.
Bad.
If we're lucky, because people keep talking about Rhiannon now, maybe if we're lucky, they'll do a Netflix TV show.
Of Aragon?
Maybe.
Well, actually, either. I'd be happy with either. Because a Netflix TV show would be better than the books.
Also, Paolini is writing again. Apparently, he's a lot better because he's not a teenager.
He's not 19.
He's a lot.
Yeah.
He did when he wrote those.
Yeah.
He did really well for his age, because he knew what he was doing. He was paying homage to Tolkien and Robert Jordan. What? Robert Jordan was the author of The Wheel of Time. He was a fan of it. And The Wheel of Time was also based on... I'm aware. We talked about this last session. It's 14 books. I lived in the same house as you. I know you didn't read it.
I know there was a lot of Star Wars in Aragon.
Yeah, that's what stood out for me. But I loved Star Wars at that age, so...
Star Wars isn't Star Wars. It's not Lucas Star Wars.
But Paolini's writing science fiction.
He's writing science
fiction?
I think he'd
be good at that.
Right. Yeah.
He likes to
apparently it's a really and I've just seen reviews, but the book is a really good fusion of the character importance that's in new science fiction that really doesn't focus on the science, but he actually did a ton of research to say this isn't real technology, but it's plausible and we're going to explore.
Yeah, that's cool.
He did like to digress a bit too much on magic and magic theory and philosophy and stuff in the Aragon series, so he definitely seems like he's more of a science fiction oriented guy than fantasy.
I can see that.
I can't stand it when people sit there and waste my time explaining the magic. It's I don't care. I don't want to know.
The magic, it's supposed to kind of have that air of mystery.
I hated that origin so much. That's not canon. It is not canon. I reject it.
You hate what?
What?
The origin of the Avatar. It's not canon. Rava, that season to me, I feel about it the same way that hardcore Star Wars fans feel about the prequels when the midichlorians came up. That's how I feel about it. It's I reject that shit. That is so stupid.
The thing that I hate about that is that the first Avatar's story was the only part of that season that I engaged with, but I hated it because it felt like it went against the previously established lore.
It did. There's an art book that says the Avatar is the embodiment of the spirit of the planet. That was the lore. It was already explained, and then they changed it. Okay, we have to play D&D.
We need to play Dungeons, Dragons, and Diners.
She's got
Dungeons and Dragons and Divins and Tribes. I can't even do it.
Well, Lindsay's probably feeding the cats. I will finish the summary.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons and Dives and no.
Well, the family took the children that they had, and went to the little town over the hill where they saw the sheep disappear. Party went hunting for the goblins. You tracked them down to the mound with the little monolith, and proceeded to kill all the goblins outside and 2 wargs that ran out, and then you have been slowly making your way through the tunnel, trying to scare them out to you, but they are not responding so far. As you make your way further down into the tunnel, as it starts to wind to this, sandy path with, this deep trench path down into it, you come face to face at the end of anyone who can actually see in the dark's vision, another warg standing at the edge of the tunnel, and right when we cut off last week, Morrin rushed forward.
Morrin was charging.
Like, ah! Well, she wouldn't do that. She'd be like, just Naruto runs right at a warg.
Probably would be one to Naruto run.
And now, as soon when she gets back, I finished the summary. Morrin was running head like right up at the warg. Were you using the dash action, or were you running and then gonna take an action?
I was gonna run and then take the action.
Alright, do that, and then everyone roll initiative. After she does that. Or you can go ahead and roll now while she does that.
Alright.
Didn't we have a light?
Is someone holding
Wondering is someone.
I was going to if Morrin was...
Yeah, Morrin gave you permission last time. She was trying to be scary and got depressed.
Alright, so I have a torch.
Is that your creaky chair, Fee?
Yes.
I love how it's like lit up bright green, and then as I say that, and it just goes dark. It's like, yes.
Alright, let's hit this stupid thing.
Hit the stupid thing.
Mixed in. That thing.
Hello? I need this.
Oh shit. This is not a good first set of rolls. Damn. Alright, I'm done for the night, guys. Bye! That's the end of me. Bye. I'm done. The dice have spoken, and they do not agree.
Yep. Alright, 7 each, and that is 21. Okay, I just have to write down some stuff. Okay. And, yeah, everyone roll initiative. Alright, everyone else did. I need Morrin too, and then I'm gonna write everything up real fast. I
did it not come through?
I don't see it. Let me roll back.
She got a 12.
Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom. Okay. So who's got the highest?
Close anyway.
Alright, you know what? Let's do this the Mercer way. Who has 15 to 20?
No.
No one.
Am I the highest?
Yes, I think you are.
Where did my dry erase marker that I needed go? No! My orange one! It is gone! Here it is. It was under something. Okay. So that means... 10 to 15?
I have 14.
14?
12.
I have a 13. Is Princess Mira a Disney princess?
No.
No, she's far too mean.
To be like one of the stuff. Something. Ubs. That has a redemption arc by the end of it. Maybe.
Like what is it? Was it Drusilla, the redheaded one?
Yeah. She fell in love with the baby.
She got a redemption arc in like Cinderella 3.
Yeah, she did. See, did you like your
Snowy
hair?
Great Box.
Me?
Lindsay.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm letting my natural color grow out.
Aw. Probably later. Cute though.
Yeah, I'm blonde, so the blonde's growing out.
You're blonde?
I know! Shocker.
Alright.
So, I wouldn't know. Said before that she also dyes her eyebrows, so there's no way to tell.
Yep, I also do that, but I'm letting those grow out natural too.
Alright. I'm going to adjust the volume of the music real fast. Because how?
I was pleasantly surprised. Not to be destroyed by Tintlet when she got her microphone down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She got the volume way up.
Yeah, I had Rashna's almost at 200%.
All right, so Morrin rushes forward, slashing with the spear, misses as the warg sidesteps it. Trying to compensate, she swings out with a strike, but the floor catches a foot in the loose earth from where it was standing, and misses again. And that brings us to Rhian.
Take a couple steps and I shoot with my bow.
Take a couple steps and you shoot.
With my bow. Still have Hunter's Mark active, so with bonus action I target it with that. And yes, everything is in order. That's a 27 to hit. I assume it hits.
I'm pretty sure that hits, yeah.
So that's 23 points of piercy damage.
23?
23 points of pointy damage.
23 points of pointy damage. Alright, so you take a swing. Not a swing. You shoot
a twang.
A twang. The arrow flies straight, and you catch this warg right into the throat, and you see it like jerks back. You see it kind of like beginning to spurt blood and bleed profusely, like staggering, and the growls kind of break into this gurgling whine, and it Tintlet as Rhiannon, are you done with your turn?
Yes.
Tintlet, as it is your turn, you see this animal going from looking aggressive to looking quite scared, on shaky legs.
I slash at it. I run up to it and I slash at it with my scimitar. Unfortunately.
Are you close enough to get to it?
I don't know. I can't see the map. I have no idea what's happening.
You are 50 feet away, so you would have to dash as your action to get that far in order to be able to be close enough to hit it. But then you would have the action.
I hit it with like a bonus or something? How does that work?
You don't have a bonus attack as a bard right now.
Okay. So then I guess I'll just use a spell.
Oh shit, I could have finished it just then. It doesn't matter.
Alright.
You said you were done.
I just use... What would I use? Dissonant Whispers.
That is a natural one. With a gurgling yelp, it twists and writhes and shaking its head, until finally it's like bleeding out and gnashing at something that it can't see, collapses and just... that's the die noise now.
Morrin stabs with spear. Rhian shoots with bow. Tintlet jingles menacingly. Dies.
Pretty much.
I love it.
But
to be fair, she would have stabbed with her sword if she could have.
Mm.
I have to check distance. This is... Yep.
I have to... Hang on.
Morrin, as you can see from where you're standing... That is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... You can now see around the corner another gray pelt waiting in the edge of something smooth in the path. As it is now your turn. If Tintlet, are you gonna move?
Yeah, I'll move down.
Okay, so you can move 30 feet. Are you just going along the path?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You have moved.
You said that there's something smooth in the path?
Yes, you see past the next warg, you see these like curved structures going over the path, little gaps between it.
Yet another dead god.
I'll move up onto the warg. And try to hit it with my spear again.
Stop messaging me.
I hate you, roll 20. You're not my friend.
Roll 20 is evil. I mean, that hits.
Okay, so 6 and 6.
Alright, so following the same motion of slash with a spear and then a strike, you catch it across the jaw, and it looks kind of dazed for the time being, and there was this, like, kind of a crack coming from its jaw. You did a good bit of damage to those teeth. As,
okay.
Any other action?
No.
Tears, your turn.
I'm just gonna dash so that I can get up there. And...
Oh, right. Are you gonna expend any bonus or no? Okay. That one's dead. And it is Mira's turn, and all she can do is run, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, dashing up. As this creature, the wrong tab, is gonna make a lunge attack and try and bite Morrin directly in front of it, lashing onto your arm that you struck it with. You still have your spear in the other hand, and you take 10 damage because it rolled a 22.
Okay.
And...
Got it.
Yep. And it is Rhiann's turn once again.
So I... Wait. 30... I probably won't be able to see it from there, but I'll run there.
Damn curvy corridors.
I think it was... Yeah. Can I see it? It probably has
I would say that's
really good
3/4 cover from the angle, because from the size of it and the way they're fighting, you get a general idea of where it is. But that would count as 3/4 cover.
Wait one more level and that will mean nothing! But, I'll, go ahead and try to shoot, though I don't have high hopes. And I'll also Hunter's Mark it. Longbow. That's a 20.
Well, you did hit it.
So that's 18 damage. Snack attack, bitch.
As it is hanging off of Morrin's arm, the arrow comes shooting through the torchlit corridor and catches it right in the eye, and it falls from your arm limp onto the ground.
I can't win.
It's another 15, 20, 25, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20. About that much. Morrin, you can now see that the smooth curves ahead of you looks like this kind of segment of a long rib cage with like vertebrae and long bones coming from each side. There's gaps between it where ribs have been pulled loose or pushed aside, where a goblin-sized thing could easily squeeze through. And as the work falls off your arm and you're looking through it, you hear a kind of a sound of like shuffling and skittering to your right, so it's gonna be down here.
Okay.
Oh shit.
You just hear this like skittering, but with the wall there, it sounds like it's very much on the other side.
Does there appear to be any way for a regular-sized person to get through it?
It would take some doing, but since goblins still count as
small,
it would take some doing, but you could also always try to make a path.
You can brave
segments of the ribs ripped out.
And there doesn't appear to be any way to climb over it?
It brushes pretty close to this section of the ceiling.
Okay.
There's like a 3-foot gap, which technically you could fit through.
I want to try to climb it.
Okay. Oh, Tintlet, I'm just going to move you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because that was your turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd move anyway.
Alright, you're gonna try to climb over it?
Yep.
Okay, roll me a... I'm gonna say general dexterity. Which should be fine, because it's fine.
The dice have not been with me tonight. Why isn't my Beyond 20 working? Oh. Hold on. Sorry, let me enable my Beyond 20 because Roll20 has not been nice to me, so maybe Beyond 20 will be nice. Turn on. Sorry guys, didn't mean to slow it down. It's reloading. There we go. Did it roll?
I don't see it.
Come on. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to do it in Roll20. Fucking
I did
hell.
update the sheets though, so you'll have your same stats.
I mean, that's fine and all, I just don't trust Roll20.
Yeah. Well, you did good.
Yeah, but that's still like, I rolled a 14. Come on, man.
Feeling
Anyways.
around on the remains of this skeleton, when you choose the path over the top instead of trying to pull through, because you are more dexterous than muscular warrior, you manage to find a sturdy enough path through, like just feeling and touching around just to make sure that you don't hit anything loose, and you get successfully to the other side. I would say that counts as difficult terrain though, so you make it to just the other side.
Okay, that's fair.
Anything else?
Can I use my action to just keep going?
Yes.
Or was that my movement and my action?
That was your movement. If you would like to use your action to keep going, you can.
Yep, I'll use my action to move my 40 feet. 30. Okay. I can make it to about here.
Yeah. Tyr.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Yeah. Tyr.
I am not dexterous, so I'm gonna try and smash through.
Dragonborn.
Tyr smash.
We told
Is that...
Morrin to do a raven punch.
Yes.
So are you
need
gonna
to charge
try
him.
and brute strength it, or are you gonna try and cut it?
I'm gonna try and brute strength.
Okay. So athletics.
Athletics?
Yes.
I think you pass.
So grabbing a couple of the ribs, you just yank it out of place, and it just the bone cracks and splinters away from it. And getting through the first section, I'm gonna ask you to. No, you got it. You rolled a 21. You got through.
Okay, thank you.
And where did you start? Right here?
It started, yes.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 25... Yeah, so you can say you're using your action to continue to move another 30 feet, or...
Okay, yeah, I'll move.
When you're counting by fives, you need to sound like an...
Perfect.
I'm sorry, I moved you for you.
It's faster. I was like gonna pull out the ruler to make sure I moved the right distance, so I appreciate it.
Alright, and let me reveal real quick more of what Morrin's seeing. I made it dark so the camera doesn't pick up too much of what's still hidden. So I'm sitting here like, where's the grid? Okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's pretty much this section, and more in this direction. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So even though it is not yet your turn, you can, as you're coming up, you see the skeleton continue to move and go through the tunnel. There's another large section of bone in front of you. This one, the ribs are pulled apart at an angle where you can easily slip right through, because enough have been pulled out or pushed aside where a decent, like a medium-sized creature can get through. And you see ahead of you a group of goblins waiting, weapons drawn, for creatures to come through the tunnel. And it is their turn because they've been holding since they heard you. A collection of 3 arrows comes shooting down the hall in a direction. But you have 3/4 cover because of the bones, so they have to shoot through the bones. So add 5 to your ACs, both Morrin and Tyr.
Add 5?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Snake God.
Hello, reptiles. Not for each other.
Morrin is not hit at all. Tyr also not hit. So the arrows come whistling by, like one makes it through and thunks into the ground at your feet more, and the others hit into the bones. Like thunk, thunk into the bones. As it is, this one's dead. After the arrows, you hear a pattering of feet from beyond the corner and moving just out of sight. As it is Mira's turn, she's gonna dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
I told you need to sound like an auctioneer when you're counting 5.
5,
10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Since
35.
Tyr cleared the way, the bones going through them is no longer difficult terrain. That one is dead.
What's dead?
What the wargs were still on the counter. I was like, that's dead, that's dead.
Oh. Should be my turn?
Yes.
I think so.
So I make it right here.
Yes. Mira and Rhian are keeping level, and it is... Up at the top. Rhian, it is your turn.
I just took my turn.
Oh, you did, right. Tintlet, it's your turn.
It's Tintlet's turn.
Yes.
Well, I just dash as well.
Okay.
So you're right
5,
behind me.
10, 15, 20,
Yeah.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
45, 50, 55, 60, 65.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, we got 100 out there. 100, 120.
Tintlet, as you clear hear the bones, you hear a skittering behind you as...
Fuck.
Skittering behind is never a good thing.
No.
Tintlet's supposed to be
bursting from the wall, like pushing Earth out of the way and bursting through, a group of goblins who were hiding and holding their turn. Rush out and block the tunnel, brandishing scimitars and bows.
Mine's better.
Probably. Oh, didn't mean to move you. And there's now 5 goblins blocking the way out. 2 of them take pot shots. Through, while the other 3 trying to intimidate. They miss, however, because the bone's in the way.
Nice.
Yeah, it just... But when you mentioned the skittering, it just occurred to me that would be if someone walked into a goblin dungeon.
Morrin, it's your turn. You did hear this, by the way, the crumbling and sound of the goblins filling the path. You can't see them, but you did hear that.
Okay. Well, I got goblins ahead of me.
Yep.
So...
For some reason, the Toxic Love by Tim Curry is in my head now.
Nice. So there is actually like a gap within here.
Yes, there's a gap big enough to get in there. And once inside, it's basically a tunnel of bone. That seems to
Can I move through the tunnel?
Yep, it seems to provide decent cover. There are areas as you move through where you can see more gaps. And you are started, like, once you get to this point, you can see a line of bedding you will be stepping over. So this is kind of like their nesting area.
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, ew.
Ew.
Hold
on.
Are there any actual goblins in here presently?
I am about to show you. It was 3, 6, 9, 10, 60. Square of 60. Ah! Reveal! Reveal, damn it! Frickin' thingamajig. And up
What?
there is now a lit tunnel. You see these goblins here were positioned outside. So for the moment, the nests are vacated. Who's playing something?
Not me.
See?
What?
How dare you? How dare you?
So...
They were waiting outside the nest as you were running through.
Right, I get that. So there's no, like, women and children goblin in here?
You see a small form at the very curve up top here. Scuttle underneath the pillow. Like it's about 50, the size of a small dog.
55, 60, 65, 70. I'm running over to it.
Baby!
Move! Someone needs a dash action to get over to it.
Okay. There's something hiding under a pillow.
As my bonus action, I lift up the pillow and grab whatever it is.
You have acquired a goblin toddler that is now screeching and trying to claw at you, but it cannot reach you.
Good. I make sure
to keep one.
I make sure wherever that it's facing the goblins who are attacking me.
All right.
Like a tiny toddler shield.
We can barter with it. Baby for baby, it's fair.
Right?
I mean,
that was my thought.
Tyrion! Tara,
it's just a goblin.
Tara, you do not know, but you just hear the sound.
I don't know.
You see Morrin disappear into the bones, and then you hear the sound of ahead. As it is your turn.
Not a child. Please tell me that's not a child.
Then I won't tell you.
But like I said, the gap in the bones is big enough for a medium creature, so even though you are quite large and must squeeze, you can get through.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dash then inside. That is my turn.
Okay. Very salty.
What are you eating? Oh, yes.
Man, I want something to eat.
I have cereal, but I don't want anything sweet.
I don't have any, like, snacks in the house. All I have are meals.
Now faced with
I have an
Morrin.
apple. That's so sweet.
Now faced with Morrin hiding in the beginning of their nest rows, holding up a baby. These the first 3 goblins here. I'll go like, no, no, and they're like holding them up in akimbo. While as 2 of them are like holding their bows up, and they're like you get the impression they're threatening you to drop the child. And
then shoot.
Huh?
I said then shoot.
They don't. That is the actions that they've taken.
I don't like empty threats.
Whereas back in this part of the tunnel, as the pink dotted goblins, so I can keep track of all this shit.
Color-coded.
Yeah. I had them roll initiative in groups before we started tonight, so I could already have it out of the way.
Smart.
That are now blocking the tunnel. Rhian, you hear them crash through, and they come on down, and as you hear it, Mira in front of you skids to a halt, turns, and holding her sword, starts to try and get back between you and Tintlet and at the goblins blocking the way. Rhian, are you going to let her through?
Yeah, I'm gonna let her through.
Alright.
It's better for me if she's distracting. Oh shit, we need her alive, fuck.
Yeah.
Are you
I remember after I let her through. I remember after I let her I trust Tintlet with her.
Okay, because both of you would have the opportunity to try and grab her, because even though she's on your side, that does count as like an opportunity action there. So, Tintlet, are you going to try and stop her?
No.
Okay, I have to ask because she's going between both of you.
Tintlet's about to run out there herself, so no.
So she rushes to the first goblin. Swinging. Why is that not rolling on roll 20?
Reasons.
There it goes. It ducks behind a rib and she clangs her sword up into the bone instead. But then continues to try and get through to where she can reach them. As oh, that's who I forgot.
If she can't handle some goblins, she'll never be the wolf queen.
It's lit up here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal this for you guys. Oh, it's a snake!
Oh look, Bosplin.
What? Oh.
I said, oh look, Bosplin.
Oh, it's snake. Come on now.
Morrin's like, well shit, I want to live here. It's free real estate.
Get home now.
Okay, I have to reload roll 20 on my end, so give me a second.
Those eggs? What are those?
I am not at liberty to disclose this information just yet.
If it's eggs, dibs.
I want a Titan boa.
I am going to destroy all of them.
Oh!
No, half of them
I'm
are
sorry, do you want Titana boas?
half of them for eating, the other half are conquering nations.
I see at least 5 eggs. Do you guys want 5 snakes that are this big?
Or at least keep
No,
one.
I want 3 delicious fried eggs, and I
Absolutely
want 2, and I want 2 Titana boas.
Absolutely not.
Morrin has taken over his character against pets in this campaign.
You know what? If somebody wanted to bring a cat, sure. But a Titana boa? No!
But who knows when we'll meet a Titana? I mean, it is Casey DMing, so it's pretty soon, likely. But, like, we never know.
Oh, thanks. Another cluster of goblins comes rushing out from underneath these other nest areas over here, screeching. In the two groups screech back and forth for a second as they now hear. Apparently, there is a child held hostage, and you can hear more skittering as whatever else is in here rushes away from all of you into this further area. And it is. The goblins that Mira has rushed towards. All simultaneously shoot at her.
Oh no.
Because she's right in front of them.
In the arms. Cthulhu.
How many was that?
Because my brain automatically fills in
2, 3, 4.
because
what we did.
yes.
4 of them miss because they're all panicked of the large, well, surprisingly not that much taller than them compared to everybody else. They're all coming out swinging a sword. They shoot over each other and miss, hitting bone, hitting each other's arrows, but one hits true. Rolling a 22. Do they get natural 20s? No, because that's a +4 to hit. But as an arrow plants itself in her left arm, Rhiannon and Tintlet, you see for a second she looks a little dazed, shaking her head.
Oh no, she's poisoned.
Like for a second she kind of sways, shakes her head, and then seems to recover, but looks a little alarmed.
Goblin poison.
As Rhiannon, it is your turn.
How good is the cover they get through the bone?
From
Keep in mind, Tyr is a large man.
Yeah, right now I would say they have, okay. These 2 and this one have half cover. These 2 in the back, do not. Because there's a straight line from you to them.
Alright, I aim at this. Wait, this one is a straight line, correct?
Yes.
Taking him down.
Is there a cover symbol?
Hunter's mark. I don't get sneak attack on this, do I? That's 27 hit, so I assume.
It falls immediately.
Yep.
Hi, Bobby. Come here.
So, 1 dead goblin.
Dead goblin.
Anything else?
And I crawl through. into the middle of them.
You crawl through a tear-sized hole. You walk breezily through a tear-sized hole.
Yeah. I
He Kool-Aid man that thing.
I put my bow away and prepare to take out some knives for next turn.
Tintlet.
Gonna knife a bitch.
Yep.
What you do?
Tintlet shoots past Rhian and starts swinging at.
If you run past this goblin right here, that's provoking an opportunity attack.
Can I just go up to him and attack him though?
You can, but if you go past him, then it provokes it. So if you go up to him to attack, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm
she's not actually out of his via.
Yeah, I was wondering if she was going for the far one, but if you're going to attack him, then yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna either attack him or the one next to Mira, but that's fine.
So are you attacking the one on the left or the one on the right?
The one on the right.
Alright, go ahead, Ron.
Who's left?
Let me get to my scimitar.
Scimitar.
Skimator.
Did anyone else see the meme of them filming the Kenobi series in Boston?
Okay, I've rolled.
Well, I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yeah.
Tintlet rushes up beside you, Rhian, slashes out, and fucking beheads this thing.
Boy.
Just 2 murder children running, 3 murder children, although Mira's not doing very well at it.
Honestly.
Babysitters left him unsupervised, and now slaughter is happening.
Yep.
Half of one of my braids just dropping. Careful!
Meanwhile, with these 2 chaos adults. Morrin, it's your turn. You are holding the goblin toddler, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goblins all like screeching at you. Maybe 2 of them manage to get out and comment, "Put it down!"
Maybe we should discuss a tree.
Roll persuasion. With advantage. Because you're holding a child.
Sister the baby.
Oh, come on. I hit it twice in D&D Beyond. Well, guess it's roll 20.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I just don't know why it's not working.
I do want you guys to keep track of everything in D&D Beyond so that it's all in one place, and I'll transfer stuff to Roll20 every time you level up.
Yeah.
Alright, that was an 11. So...
Yeah.
A few... You do... Like, most of them still are, like, screeching and threatening. Like, it seemed like they might not have heard you. But a couple, up here... like, they kind of look at each other and kind of lower their weapons a little bit. Because they really don't want to risk the child.
I mean, I guess that's my turn.
Tyr. What skills will you use?
Now, I'm gonna move up a little bit. And then I'm gonna use my new Dragon Fear.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd do that.
It's
do I have the sound? Do I have the sound?
You?
Rawr.
Yeah, he's just gonna go rawr. R-A-W-R. R. So I don't know. I need to roll as my breath weapon in excuse of it.
Just mark that you expended a use for it.
Okay.
Camera went I'll take
But it'll at least get this first group. It'll like
within 30 feet.
Oh.
Every creature that can hear or see you within 30 feet. So yeah, that's going to be me. Yeah, you will definitely.
This guy is so close to being scared.
I know. This entire group must make Wiz saving throw of DC 13. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't forget the baby. The baby's scared too.
I think the
He's
baby's
already scared. Yeah.
Sam is putting messages in the thing, and I'm distracted now. Oh, right. The interesting thing is even the ones that did make it are at disadvantage because they're already scared.
No.
Because of the baby.
Yes.
Like, those were specifically the ones that were slightly swayed by Morrin. So, Tyr runs up and just unleashes this.
A full-blown T-Rex roar.
And they all.
Oh, God. Alright.
Just, like, screeching and clamoring over each other. Shush, no. Be quiet.
They can't come closer, and they have disadvantage ability checks and
They are
attack
now frightened.
rolls.
I did hear you, Fee, but I have to see it before my brain will retain it, because it's fun being me. Yeah. They cannot willingly move closer to you, and as long as it can see you, it is disadvantaged on attacks and ability checks. Yes. Okay. That is in my brain now. So
To be
they all
disposed
are
of at a
going to
later
take
date.
their turn, which is now, if you're done.
Yes.
Also, everyone within the tunnel could hear this roar echoing off of everything.
The snake god wakes.
As they go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Like, these ones run past. They are running through the rest of them. And you could, the two that were closest to you, take an opportunity attack if you wanted to. These two. You could say that you would. Were you gonna take an attack? Or were you just going just like, run away, bitches?
Oh, they're just out of range for me to throw an axe.
They weren't when they started running, which is why I'm mentioning.
Okay, I'll throw one at this then.
At the bottom one or the top one?
Bottom one.
Bottom? Alright, so you threw an axe. Did you hit with an axe?
Threw an axe.
You hit with an axe, so click that damage. You catch it.
I'm gonna aim for the leg. I'm not trying, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
perfect.
you hit
I'm
it
not
back
trying to
the
kill,
thigh, and it,
I'm
like,
just
falls
tired.
down.
I want to get the baby and get out of here.
This thing is
Stuff
now
to do.
laying prone with an axe sticking out of its leg. Like,
Oh.
It's hanging on to 1 hit point right now.
As up at the top of the snake's skull, you hear this, like, ear-splitting battle screech. As this slightly larger than the rest goblin comes jumping down off the skull and running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He dashes in. Shield in one hand, scimitar in the other. This one has, like, a mohawk going on and this one streak of white going through as he comes screeching in. And it is Mira's turn. I'm gonna put a red dot on him so you can see him. Mira, once again, is gonna swing out with her sword.
Swad.
Sword. She's not very good at this.
Wow, that would be better trained than this.
The dice don't like her.
Yeah, her training's fine. She has a +5 to the. But...
Yeah. She's not used to fighting in such a cramped space. The bones are right next to her, so as she's trying to reach up and swing, she catches it on one of the ribs and misses her target.
More like she's not used to fighting people who aren't, you know, her followers.
As, the green goblins run in to take the place of the yellow ones.
Yeah, capture the yellow one.
I did. This is what happens when you select en masse. And fire. 2 arrows
At the baby.
They fire they fire at Tyr. Should have been 3. That was 3. But Tyr, with your cover you got going on, where you are at this larger section of the creature is more like half. So, adding +2 to your AC. Two arrows thunk into the ribs on each side. One makes it through and catches you right in the shoulder, Tyr, and I'm gonna need you to roll a con save.
Con save.
Con save.
You're barbarian. You got. Oh.
He's fine.
Oh yeah.
It barely
phases
you. Like, you feel like it kind of tingles a little bit for a second. Your shoulder feels a little numb, but you're good. You just take 7 damage.
Right.
Feels like rage juice.
Look at that face.
So I've been hit. That means it's time to rage.
And the 3 goblins are each going to take a shot at each one of you. The pink ones down here at the bottom, Rhian, Tintlet, and Mira. It should be more. 1, 2, 3. Alright. In the order that I said it, Rhian and Tintlet, the arrows miss. Or glance off your armor and just leave a scuff. Mira gets hit.
She's not doing well.
Nope.
I use protective field to try and reduce the damage.
Alright, that's just reducing damage, correct?
Yes.
Read me off protective field feature.
When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, reaction, psychic, or 1 psionic energy die, roll the die and reduce the damage taken by the rolled plus your intelligence modifier as you create a momentary shield of telekinetic force. So...
How much did you reduce it by?
I am... That's a D6, correct? Yes, D6. So... D6 plus...
I have a shiny red one.
Plus 3. So, okay, that I rolled a 1 on the D6, but I take 4 away from damage that she got.
Okay, so she only takes 3 damage.
So what you're saying is if I had rolled any higher, she would have been fine.
The arrow, you... On reflex, throwing out your hands, Tintlet, you see like this wavering pulse in the air radiate from Rhian, and the arrow is like caught in it and diverted, so it only like cuts through Mira's shoulder, like it's through the meat, but not anything important. However, it does still hit her, so you see her stumble for a second and waver, and then collapse unconscious.
Son of a bitch. No hit points. God. Level this bitch up.
She doesn't look physically battered though, as much. So it looks like it was a tranquilizer effect, because she does not look as wounded as that she should have just fallen out.
Okay, she's fine. We'll deal with her later.
It's the goblin person.
Yeah. Although in the remaining movement actions that they have, you see the two goblins ready to try and grab her.
They keep stealing our children!
And Rhian, it is your turn. The two goblins closest to you are looking like they're going to try and grab the unconscious princess at your feet.
Alright, with my knives, I attack them.
Stab, stab.
Yeah, with the poison dagger and the +1 dagger. Why the hell? I don't have Hunter's Mark on either of them.
Making use of those Nikolai knives, though.
Poison, that's a fucking 8, so, But the +1 dagger, that's a 17, and that's 9 damage.
Were you aiming for both or one?
I was aiming for both, yes. I hit one of them.
Okay. So, the first goblin ducks beneath your hand, but with the second attack, you catch the next and slice it right across the throat. We're gonna say
and
it
I
was
got this one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking too.
Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Tintlet.
Alright, I can start swinging at this one in the back. Oops, I rolled twice. I guess we could take. I mean, both of them are pretty good.
Yeah. We'll take the first one. You this one you slice up across the chest, and it like, and then collapses. Goblins don't have a lot of HP.
The girl is going off on these goblins.
Anything else?
No.
Morrin.
Well, they're either gonna play my game, or I'll just kill them all and the toddler. So,
these new goblins haven't heard your threat, so what do you do? Just tell me.
I'll point my spear at the baby.
Alright. Let's see. Should that be intimidation or persuasion?
Yes.
Let's call that. Roll for intimidation.
I help with the intimidation.
Yes.
Just gonna be growling very menacing. Here.
Oh, hold on, I can do it with advantage, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Because you got giant dragonborn.
Why did I put proficiency in intimidation if I can never roll it?
Well, with holding their child, it's not that hard of a threshold to reach. So the first three, drop their weapons. The one behind it looks like shaky and unsure, and these two back here can't quite see what's happening. But these three in the front have dropped their weapons, so I'm gonna mark them.
Disarmed.
Is there a disarmed? They're disarmed.
No arms.
These are idiots, so I'm just gonna walk through them.
Where are you going?
I'm heading this way.
Okay, if you pass
Holding the toddler.
Okay. As you pass him with the red dot, he's holding his shield and his spear. He's like, but you're holding a baby, so.
Okay.
Anything else?
I use my reaction to use the baby shield.
Tear.
I'm just gonna persuade them. I'm just gonna tell them we're here for the human kid. Give it to us, and we'll leave.
All right. Roll persuasion.
This is so hard. What? It's not that hard of a thing to try and persuade.
It's not. So the remaining goblins, while still armed, all
the
kind of look at
dice
each
don't
other.
like the non-violent.
They all kind of look at each other and then turn and look at their boss, who is still glaring at Morrin.
The dice don't want a non-violent resolution.
So
The dice demand blood.
these goblins are backing away as this one comes up and he says something. He says something in Goblin. And he goes like, "Our baby."
That's me, or to Morrin, or...
To Morrin. Morrin's holding the child. He's talking to Morrin.
Can I say something, or
Yes.
give us the baby? The human baby. Or was it elf? Were they elves or humans?
It's ambiguous.
The ears you saw did not look like elf ears, but the rest were wearing
Okay.
hats.
I couldn't remember. Goblin probably can't tell anyways.
Roll persuasion with advantage, because you're holding a baby,
Elves are just shiny humans to goblins.
basically.
I
21?
think that works.
He sits there and he like puffs himself up and like hisses, but then looking around and then looking at the baby you're holding, just goes like, and lowers his weapons, and then kind of like points towards like, baby over there. And he points towards the snake skull.
Alright, I'll go,
We are actually, because of the pink goblins down at the bottom, we're gonna pause right there. Vera
Okay.
is unconscious. The green goblins have
Yeah.
dropped their weapons.
Meanwhile, while a truce was called, Norms. No one gets that joke, do they? History buffs, anyone?
The remaining pink goblin, swinging wildly, tries to slash at Rhian with the scimitar, dealing you 8 damage.
Oh.
Nope. I try and void that.
Alright?
That works. Exactly 8. He hits an energy shield.
Freaked out by that, he's gonna try and run away. And both
We're
you
gonna
and
attack.
Tintlet get opportunity attacks because he's trying to run past you.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, I'm taking that opportunity.
Because you have no clue what's going on further in the tunnel. There are just goblin bodies everywhere.
Well, I got a 10. I don't know if that hits.
I think mine hits.
Yeah,
And he's dead.
he's dead. Goblin bodies everywhere. So, Rhiannon and Tintlet.
My name is Andrew Jackson now. I've won the Battle of New Orleans.
Unconscious princess, what are you doing?
I heal her. I use Cure Wounds.
Her wounds knit together, and as you're moving over, she kind of like begins to stir, like, what happened? If you would roll Cure Wounds for me so I can add back to her HP. Alright, 5 plus 5.
I kind of want to tell her that she killed all. But my persuasion is not good.
Now that the pink goblin is down,
I loot the bodies.
give me a second. You can hear in the cavern ahead, you hear, like, distant chittering, but the sounds of, like, fighting and roaring seems to be quieter now. As Mira gets up. And... yeah. Morrin, the white straight goblin moves around you, like, facing you the whole way, and then starts backing towards the snake skull, pointing the sword. He's like, baby in there!
I'll go over and see if the baby's in there.
The goblins part as you go, because they're terrified of you guys now. And when you get up to the snake skull, you see inside there's this little, this is definitely their leader's den in the skull. You see, like, little pieces of, like, straw, fluff, and fur, and little nest, and there's a small, opened up crate, kind of just sitting in the middle, and the baby's just nestled in the crate, all bundled up, just sitting there like, eh. You see a little stuffy set next to him, like that's goblin shaped.
I feel like we just ruined this child's... Like, he was gonna be a god to...
Wait.
What's happening
So they're
here?
not eating this baby?
No. It doesn't seem like it, although you're not familiar with goblin customs, but if anything, this looks like a crib.
I'll look back at the goblin.
They already have a baby. Why do they need another one?
Well, in this, like, with the quiet word, you can also hear from the skittering, there are probably several, nesting goblins other than warriors and small children hiding beyond the skull.
What are you doing with this baby?
You found baby. Take care of baby.
But its parents are out there.
You found baby. Found baby on the ground.
Well,
I've
that's
been waiting
nice
for
of
this
you.
for 2 weeks.
Like, I had a feeling this was what was gonna happen. I'm not gonna feel bad for killing them.
The snake. I thought they were like.
You don't have
gonna
to feel bad
worship
for
it.
killing him.
Like,
This is just something that I... Like, this has been in the notes since before we got here. Y'all just did what you were gonna do. So yeah, as you guys come up and see all the goblins disarmed and Morrin standing there holding goblin baby.
So, do you think we should leave the baby with the goblins or the cultists? Because both kind of suck.
I want to know what the fuck you mean you found the baby on the ground. We were told you took the baby.
Found a baby on the ground, picked it up, took it. This baby was on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Baby on boxing ground.
Somebody's lying here.
Then again, it was with the children instead of... So.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's supposed to say that in
you're
character.
Welcome to
Then
roll
again, it
insight.
wasn't.
I'll roll an
Honest.
insight. I'm
Yeah.
very confused.
Yeah.
has Tintlet heard all this? Because she's gonna roll insight too.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll at advantage, so it would be just a 7.
Yeah.
Just, I forgot to toggle it off.
Everyone who's trying to understand what the fuck's going on.
I got an 18.
I got an 11 with my +8.
Hard to understand, man.
The dice want blood.
Don't like goblins, apparently.
They don't like these passive rolls.
Alright, so... Tyr, you are convinced that goblins that act like these goblins are making shit up. You're like, I don't care, these are some crazy fucking goblins, they've been throwing shit at us with poison darts and shit, they were attacking a family without weapons and the thing. They had to have been doing something with that baby. As far as I'm concerned, they had to have been doing something with the baby.
Meanwhile, Tintlet
Morrin,
knows all.
you are less convinced that it was definitely bad, but you're like, I don't understand. What else would a goblin do with a baby? Rhian, coming up, you're like, you're like, I don't know, maybe... Were they just... Did they think they were helping? Was there a misunderstanding? And Tintlet, with the 18, as you come up and take a look at the den and get a better look in the quiet, the silence at the goblins, and see the you can kind of peer past more and see the baby in the crate, not being prepared in a pot or anything. You're like, you know what? You've met similar creatures in the desert that kind of lived in like a similar way, similar environment, if not desert goblins, it's like tiny little kobolds or something. You've met like a similar kind of creature, and this is kind of just putting you in the mind of they probably they were raiding the family, but then just in the chaos, the baby was left in a crate on the ground, and they legitimately thought, we found a baby! Let's take the baby!
You guys, they're just not very smart.
Well, we knew that.
It's like
they
we
just
were...
took the baby, and they were helping.
Yeah, like, Tintlet, your understanding of creatures like this is like, they just have an incredibly simple understanding of the world. They were raiding the family because they wanted the stuff. They saw a baby on the ground and were thinking, this is clearly a discarded baby.
This has probably happened to Tintlet's, like, family before.
Oh, probably. Yeah, because goblin children
at least
can get
in
up and move
stories,
very
it's not
early.
actually, like, when she was there.
It's like, goblin children get up and move very quickly. Like, the toddler Morrin is dangling still. Is very mobile. They probably were like, baby in a box. Baby is unwanted. Baby is not running. Baby is not scared. So yeah, Tintlet, you're like, no, they're just stupid.
Okay.
Right, so you're telling me this was all just one big, huge misunderstanding.
I mean, they were attacking the family to begin with, but yeah, the
right.
baby part was a misunderstanding.
Alright, the goblins. I'm going to trust you. And if you attack us, I will kill every single one of you. And then come back and kill the baby. And I switch out the babies.
As you put the toddler in place, it snatches the little goblin stuffing and goes...
I bop it on the nose. Like, not hard, just like a misbehaving dog. Like, stop. It's just kind of an automatic reaction for her.
I can attest to that. That is automatic. It's usually harder. She's actually showing self.
The striped goblin comes up to you and goes like, they left baby on ground. Why you take baby back?
Did you hiss at me too?
Oh god. Are we gonna start a war?
A war with the idiot goblin tribe.
Oh, we've already killed plenty of them.
I know, you've killed so many.
I haven't. I don't think I've actually killed.
You haven't actually.
Killed the
Rhiannon and
maybe
Tintlet are
named
just covered in blood.
There's one on the ground still going.
I'm gonna reach over and pick him up by the back of his jacket and pull my axe out and put him down.
He's just still like the goblin version of.
Rhiannon and Tintlet are just drenched in goblin.
Oh, yeah.
And wait a second. I'm gonna look over.
They are
one of
covered.
What is the current state of Mira? Is she still unconscious or is she conscious again?
She's conscious now.
conscious.
She looks
Conscious,
like
okay.
she might be a little hungover, but she's conscious.
What have you three been up to back there?
We ran into an incident.
Really?
I think I saw a Smaug tail in the background. It was fluffy.
That was a Bilbo tail.
Oh, it was so fast.
Yeah, I guess without the butthole, it's hard to tell which tail is hers.
I just, out of the corner of my eye, I was like, that looks like a fluffy tail, but it was just the blur.
Smaug actually has a very smooth tail.
Oh.
He's got a long, skinny monkey tail, is what I call it. It's monkey tail.
You got that one.
Anyways, Morrin says, the baby was dropped on accident. We're taking it back.
Family very much expressed one back. I don't think that it was left on purpose.
Persuasion with advantage, Morrin. Because Tyr's backing you up.
Hold on, let me toggle advantage on. Beep.
You can just leave advantage on, and whenever it's not an advantage roll, just take the left number.
I know, I just don't like doing that. It's weird.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't like seeing what could have been.
Oh, I
Same.
feel that. I've had so many nat 20s that were the right number. I'm sitting like...
Yep. So.
You see me kind of like...
I feel like it detracts from my future luck if I...
You're like, I've already done the extra
Yeah,
roll.
same. I've already had like 3 nat 20s in my right number.
No.
I'm not gonna get another one in my left number. So
he kind of stands there. He's kind of slips a little bit. Just looks at you. Looks at the baby. Looks at you. He's like, his name's Spitter.
I will let them know.
I've had the baby a grand total of 2 hours, and they've already named it.
I don't know. That seems like pretty caring family.
As Morrin's holding,
I mean,
the
the goblins.
The baby goes.
Goblins could probably do
and, like,
better.
drool comes down his face, and he just goes like, Spitter.
I hold it a little bit further from me.
They're no delightful things.
Tintlet will relieve you of the child.
Tintlet comes over and takes the baby. As you take the baby, Tintlet,
Held the way a baby should be held, with
like a
supporting the
butt.
hip. And
Tintlet's over here like, oh, baby. And the baby goes like, it's you get a little bit on your shirt.
she pauses.
Because small children are disgusting.
Yeah, but she's got many younger siblings, so she's not like too upset about it.
She's used to it.
So, should we leave the baby with the goblins or take it back to the cultists?
I already told them we would take it. Let's go.
Tintlet's too busy baby talking to the baby now.
Roll baby handling.
Ebo, they can't see your butthole like that.
Oh, I just need a tail.
Tintlet, as you're holding the baby, you see its ears kind of stick out at an odd angle, like one of the husbands and one of the children did.
Dang, she didn't love her other husband that much.
It's his turn next.
I mean, it's honestly a roll of the dice, which one ends up which.
Maybe that's why they have the other guy, because this one's not very strong.
Maybe they
Good
just
gene pool.
Okay, we're just gonna trash toss this family now.
Well, I'm just saying the goblins were taking pretty good care of it.
You've had it a grand total of a very short amount of time. I don't know that it was gonna stay
and they
that
already
way.
named it and put it in a crib and gave it stuffed animals.
You know what, to feed a squishy little niche child, I don't know what else it is. It's not fully human, clearly. The goblins
Don't
know
goblins
that.
eat just meat?
Sounds like a problem to me. I don't think this is a good situation to leave the child in.
At Tintlet's
Just
question,
go.
at Tintlet's question, the goblins around kind of look at each other like,
What'd they say?
Yeah, this baby's not gonna last long with the goblins.
Wait, what did Tintlet say?
Tintlet's like, don't goblins eat just meat? And they kind of look at each other like,
Okay, yeah.
This is a good situation to leave the baby in.
I'm just saying it would be a really great backstory.
it would be like the even more feral child than Rhian is.
No, it would be a great backstory for a future hero. That's all I'm saying.
Wouldn't it?
I was raised by goblins.
I don't know. Rhian never had stuff
The
down.
skull of a
so-
snake.
Living in the skull of a snake. I was raised by goblins.
Sounds like the start to like a Skyrim song.
Who took them from cult members.
I mean, we're setting up for a pretty lame life returning him to his family, but I think it's for the best.
Trust me.
I mean, Adger isn't that bad.
Yeah, but they did like panic enough to leave their baby on the ground.
That was the children's fault.
Fair enough.
Children are useless.
I was gonna say bastards, but yeah.
That too.
One works to you.
2 tiny goblin children come out carrying a large crate together. Just carrying it across.
Goblin children are so much more than human ones. Alright, I feel
That
like we've
one
worn
can't
out our
even hold
rock
its head
job.
up.
Just for the record, the comparison between the goblin babies and this baby, they're canonically the same age, but these goblin babies are the equivalent of that one meme I kept sending the 4-year-old at 2 a.m. and the baby is the guy wrapped in a tank. He's like, these children are the equivalent of those memes.
Oh, yes.
The goblin babies are like horses that walk after an hour being born, and this is just a regular human baby.
I mean, more like a couple of months, but still. Like a month and a half, the goblin babies are pulling their weight.
What? How are
That's
elf
why
babies?
as I assume we're leaving because I don't think we're standing.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but,
made our decision.
Yeah.
we're talking walking.
Yeah.
But that's why I think we need a goblin. They reproduce really quickly.
Well, you should have stopped Morrin then if you wanted one so bad.
No, I don't want one. I want
several.
But then
And
again,
an army.
we don't have enough meat to feed a goblin baby.
they can eat things
They're
that
not very
aren't meat.
big.
It's just that they're not very smart, so they only see it as food unless you teach them otherwise.
Did we not learn a lesson about keeping children with their families?
We already have a child with us. We don't need more.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. We don't need the
some
goblin
giants
children.
might come and attack us until we give it back, and I don't want that.
Do they giants? Why would giants attack us?
Because we're giants.
Goblins?
Yeah,
This
but
is simple logic.
but the goblins would come for their own.
Okay. Can we stop this argument because there is clearly no argument to be won here? Everyone loses in this argument.
I'm just sending you trivia.
Yeah,
Also-
we're stuck with 3 babies if we let Rhian take 2 goblins.
Also, I looted the bodies from the pink goblins. Did I get anything?
Yeah, we didn't. Oh man, if we killed the leader, I would have taken his scimitar, but we didn't, so I don't get a cool new sword.
It's probably not that good
Yeah,
quality.
their weapons were pretty rough. Not very good quality. Like, it would have had it would have had limited uses before it fell apart in your hand.
Never mind.
Goblins are known for their herbology.
You looted the
stuff, not their.
You looted
fortune.
the pink goblins.
Yes.
Most of what they
The majority headless goblins.
Most of them seem to just be carrying some like rudimentary piece together armor and stuff from things that they found or chunks of stuff. One of them had a pouch with a collection of shiny stones. The other had a pouch with a couple of small animal skulls and something like smooth and pointed and kind of like a nice shiny copper. Feels kind of hard. And from all of them, you manage to collect a total of 20 little small arrow darts that are they have a tranquilizing poison on them.
All right. Add to inventory 20 tranquil.
And we're leaving the bones.
Yes.
Back outside. The 2 dead wargs.
That's a lot of dead bodies for a little misunderstanding. That was actually a fairly good-hearted misunderstanding, but fortunate for them.
I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
just
they were trying to
good.
kill you too.
What was
It
the
did.
copper thing? Were any of the shiny stones, did any of them look valuable? Copper.
Roll in nature.
That's 17.
Alright. The stones, for the most part, seem like little bits of quartz or broken off rock, but one of them seems, it's kind of like the rest of them are kind of like shades of pink and such, but this one, as you examine it, you're like, this is pretty red for quartz and kind of too smooth, and it looks like a hunk of a ruby broken off. And
Alright.
the thing, as you're examining the like coppery thing, it kind of looks like the same stuff you found among the ogres. It's a dragon scale.
Okay.
Are we leaving the mound, or are you going to loot the rest of the bodies?
I'm letting the bodies outside the mound as well.
Morrin has no interest.
Yeah. So as
It was a copper dragon scale?
kind of like reddish copper color, yeah.
Alright.
As Morrin and like continues to walk while Rhian is looting bodies, Mira kind of like sluggishly goes after Morrin, following her steps. Rhian, as you pause to loot, you find about 15 more poison darts, a pouch of jerky, another couple of things are just like standard rations, and one goblin was carrying a little silver medallion on a chain with a spiral dragon on it. It's the symbol of the Court of the Dragon from a broken chain.
I'll keep that. Court of the Dragon symbol.
Such aggressive typing.
What was the thing you said before the court symbol?
What was the thing I said before? Equivalent of 2 days' rations and some jerky.
Okay.
And about 15 more poison darts. From all 3 bodies outside. Oh god, my knee! Oh, that hurt. And you are, after you loot the bodies, making your way back. I'm presuming to where you left the wagon. The broken down wagon.
Now we need to find some sheep so they can kindly.
Once you make your way back to the wagon, you can see the hill they disappeared over, so it's just that direction.
Yeah. But they took the wagon, correct?
Correct.
So they're not back at the wagon.
Yeah, so you're on foot.
Yep.
So what time of day did I say y'all were at? It was the afternoon. So yeah, traveling on foot back from the Goblin's Burrow to the wagon, and then over the hills toward town. It's starting to feel like, not quite sunset, but you can kind of see it edging down as you finally crest the next hill and see down, nestled between a couple more sheep here and there. A tiny little cluster of buildings around a central roadway. a little tiny farming town. You see beyond it like a couple of fields.
Hamlet, if you will.
Yes.
Where would our horses most likely be?
Well, heading into town, most of it looks like just like little homes, maybe one or two places that could function as a store or a place to trade goods. Kitty! Oh!
Aww.
It's her face.
It's a beetle.
Didn't know she had one of them.
Yeah, I know. Thought both ends were just a butthole.
Would she cooperate if I asked to see her manicure?
Oh, she doesn't have it right now.
She used to have the cute little acrylic tips. Rashna was.
Yes, she did.
Aww.
My grandma was like, "Why did you paint your cat's nails?"
So she didn't tear up the couch.
I was like, "They're not painted. It's an alternative to declawing your cat."
Very good alternative.
I just hold Chai down and clip it.
Oh, I clip Bilbo's. That's an old picture.
Yeah.
When we were more concerned about her scratching my mom's old dogs.
Okay.
So we need to hunt down some country folk and give them back their baby.
Yep.
And then I need to go to bed after we give back that baby.
We have.
Well, not go to
Take
bed.
your
after we
damn
give
baby.
food.
We have 10 minutes to locate the family in a teeny tiny town.
Okay, I
Investigation
roll for
check.
perception.
Yes.
Or somebody could just yell, "We have your baby." They're bound to hear it.
Oops. I rolled twice, but the first one is a non-natural 20, so I'll take that.
Dirty 20. So Rhiannon is like starts walking up and down the street looking, and until you come to this little area that's like the smallest bar you have ever seen, because the bar part is open, but like inside on kind of like this uneasily balanced, mostly on stilts, kind of propped up on the front. You look it looks like they're trying to have an inn, but there's only enough space for like 2 rooms. So you're like, this is a place people would stay. Whereas Tintlet, while you're looking around, you spot towards the end of the street, kind of near this little looks like a little stone fountain structure. You see a flash of blue and white of their uniforms.
I head over quickly, but not enough to shake the baby.
As you come up,
I'm a dancer. I can glide.
You're sitting there like,
I glide over.
a little stain of drool on your shirt by now. As you approach, you kind of see that this is like a little stone, like kind of like a little word. Like a little stacked up obelisk, about 5 feet tall, with a tiny little water basin in front of it. Carved into the front of the obelisk is that moon and flower symbol of Aegir. And you can see the woman kind of just like, she's got one child on one arm and is like trying to clean him. And as you come out, she looks and she's like, oh my god, you found Sammy! Like rushes up and just takes him from you. It's like, thank you so much, thank you. It's just holding him, and the baby's sitting there like, eh.
Spitter's such a good kid, you know?
Do you say that?
He's a very sweet child.
But do you call him Spitter?
I was about to say.
Not gonna remember the name.
I was about to say his name's Spitter.
What? Excuse me?
Goblins called him that.
The goblin's name.
They're not very smart, don't
Yeah,
they?
they thought you
allowed
dropped
on
your
them.
baby, so they were adopting it. Just to be
He's back
clear.
now.
I wasn't going to explain that. I was going to take the credit for the name. Gonna be honest.
For once.
Do you think that if they harbor lifelong sentiments and hatred of goblins because they stole their baby and was going to eat it, At least it gives them a different perspective on goblins.
Fair.
I always know that they were like unfortunate little things, but I don't know. I don't think I'll tell their fathers about this.
Oh, well, they're dumb, but they didn't have bad intentions, at least this time.
They had bad intentions when they attacked you. When they found the child, that they were purely being charitable.
They want to survive. They don't want to kill babies.
She's just like overwhelmed with joy to have baby. She's like just nodding and holding him.
I leave.
Okay. All right.
I give Spitter one last little cheek pinch and then I leave too.
Okay, you have returned the baby. You have located your horses.
He has been returned.
It is. I would say you have maybe hour and a half, 2 hours before sunset. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah. Are you really wanting to stay here, or do we want to keep moving and just take shifts driving again?
Well, how about the horses, though? Are they okay keeping on going?
They might need rest.
I don't know.
There are some rooms available.
No, you can rest on the road. The horses have been able to rest a little.
I suppose always give them a break later on as well.
Tintlet, ask the horses how they're doing.
I go over to the horses.
When she goes over to the horses, Morrin leans over to Rhiannon and goes, "How are the horses doing?"
How are the horses doing, Dina?
I
assume they're well groomed.
And Rhian to roll,
Animal handling.
yes, to see how well you can read horses.
Not just gonna watch both of them.
No. Son of a bitch. I was just looking at them.
I was being an ass, and that bit me in the ass. But hey, at least I got an answer no matter what.
See, the thing is, like, the DC was a 5, but you rolled a natural 1. So Rhian is like you're like, Tintlet has
I would be able to see if they've been taken care of.
They seem fed.
I also know the cult of Agi a little bit.
Yeah, like
so I know that they would have.
Yeah, like you know that any area that's like catered to age, or if it's not pure farming, you're gonna be pretty charitable, especially if the family cult had anything to do with it, since they were the ones in charge of your horses.
That does bring up a problem, though. I go over and check their roofs to see if they've been reshoed. Shit.
Oh no!
I shouldn't have said anything. I'll hunt people down.
Okay. So Tintlet, as you come up to the horses, you really started to bond with them, and you're sitting here like all three of them come up. All three of your horses come up. The Destrier is kind of in the back, just like. But they come up and they're like nuzzling you in the face, and they seem brushed, and you can see their manes are clipped. And from the smell is the one that goes woofs you full in the face. It smells like oats and horse breath.
Hey, Din. What's up, Brecky?
Brecky.
As Tintlet is loving up on these horses, Rhian, you come over and lift a hoof, and for a second, your heart drops, and you're like plotting murder. But then you realize, as you look closer, you're like, the hooves have been cleaned, and they look like they've taken a scrub brush to it. So for a second, it looks like a metal of a different color, but it's just been polished.
Okay. Because normally it would be really nice to reshoe the horses, but I'd kill a bitch if those shoes got.
It was evens and odds.
Oh my goodness.
I would have hunt down the blacksmith.
He doesn't know, I am assuming.
So, what are you guys gonna, like, tell me what you're gonna do for the evening and then we'll call it.
I guess we can hit the road. It's still daylight out.
I keep moving.
It's mid-afternoon, correct?
You've got about hour and a half to 2 hours till sunset.
Mid-afternoon.
Early evening into summer.
If the horses are good with it, I'm good with it. We can hit the road.
Well,
Yeah.
they seem good with whatever you want them to do, Tintlet. They love you. And the warhorse is a warhorse. All he's been doing is walking behind a cart. He hasn't even been carrying anything. He's fine.
He's probably also been brushed and clipped and fed.
He has been, but since he was already so well tended, it's hard to tell. Although his mane has been tossed to the other side.
Goodness.
Alright, I think we can find some comfier lodgings elsewhere.
Alright, so you pack the cart and hitch the horses back up. Mira's still been very quiet, seems very, just like hungover from being knocked out by that poison. She just climbs up in the cart and just sits there, like...
I'm gonna check on her. That doesn't seem... He doesn't know that she got poisoned, so he's gonna be a little concerned. Alright there, Les.
What? I'm fine. Whatever was in those arrows doesn't feel good.
Arrows, did you get shot? And I'm gonna shoot Rhian a very dirty look.
Twice.
Twice. Shot twice.
I healed her.
I tried to stop it's goblin arrows. I tried to stop one of the arrows, but
Yes, your strange one's got weird mind powers now.
What? Mind powers? I shouldn't be surprised by this, but you've got mind powers.
is there a boulder around? Are we on the cart right now, leaving
Yes.
town?
Yes,
Is there a boulder around?
you are making your way out of town. There is the little rock formation fountain.
Nah, I don't want to fuck up the fountain.
There's like hay bales. It has to be a boulder for impressive.
No, hay bales are fucking huge, so I'll move it over 10 feet to the right.
Rhian
Mind.
levitates a hay bale and moves it over.
While we just pass, I'm like,
Yeah, it's like as you're passing, she levitates and it like follows the cart for a minute and she just drops it.
You're just gonna stare at it. Huh. Right. Well, right.
I didn't hear that last
Did
part.
that become a thing? Oh. Said, oh, well, that's a thing. Interesting.
Real just like
When did
that.
start?
I'm gonna make
I
your
don't
class
know.
choice as part of the story.
I was training with the elves for it. It didn't click until the goblin stuff.
Right.
Well, technically, it clicked after you left Stagside.
Yeah, but I hadn't used it until then.
Okay, fair. Like when with at the risk of losing your highest bounty yet, something clicked into place. You finally wanted it enough.
It's mind over matter.
So, with Rhian's newfound force abilities, because I am going to keep calling it that, you are a Jedi now.
I'll kill you.
If you pick Soul Knife, you will be.
Is Soul Knife a lightsaber?
No.
I visualize
Ish.
it as one. I love how you threw out ish. So with Rhian's newfound powers, levitating hay bales, you ride off into the evening. Mira kind of just like slumps over against the side of the cart and tries to take a nap. And you just, as you guys head out into the... to see how far you can get before nightfall. And at that, we will call it for this week.
Oh dear.
All right.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go. 'Cause I gotta
Alrighty.
eat dinner and shower still. But bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye-bye.